Hi, 8th grade students. So I'm going to go over the 3.02 lesson, compound interest. Please make sure you have your math notebook, pencil, and calculator. You will need that calculator to do the compound interest. All right, so what is compound interest? Well, you've got a formula on your star reference chart. So it's basically just plugging it in and using this formula, but you need to understand also exactly what it is. So A for in the formula stands for the total amount. So by doing this formula, you actually find out what the total amount is in the bank or with the loan owned, like a savings account, how much you have in the bank once the interest is earned. So it adds in the principal with the interest. And the difference there with, because simple interest, this formula just gives you the interest. But this formula, when you have compounded interest, it gives you the total amount. So A is total amount. P is going to be the principal, like how much is borrowed or how much you have in the bank and you're, for earning. So when you have money in the bank, you earn money, the interest. When you have a car loan, you have to pay the interest. So the P is the principal. R is the interest rate. And that's going to be, you'll have to convert that to a decimal because they'll give it to you as a percentage. And then T is time in years. So I already kind of pointed out the differences because this, remember, is just the interest. This will give us the total amount. All right, let's go ahead and try a couple. So Don put $5,000 in a savings account with an interest rate of 4% for 3 years. If the interest is compounded annually, how much money will he have at the end of 3 years? All right, so it says let's figure out the variables. So we have our formula. Let me go ahead and write that up here. Trying to change my color. There we go. So our formula is A is equal to P 1 plus the R and T. So remember, P is the principal. So he put $5,000 into a savings account. So that's our P. And it's an interest rate of 4%. So that's our rate. Now we have to change that to a decimal. So 4% as a decimal is 0.04. Because remember, you move that decimal point over 2 places to the left to convert that to a decimal. And then it says for 3 years. So our time is 3. All right, let's put it all together. So we're actually looking for A. Our principal is 5,000. We're going to put 1 plus 0.04 and then to the third power. Just plugging in the numbers, substituting the numbers you have for the variables. So we have to do the parentheses first. Now, we can go ahead and put that together. So 1 plus 0.04 is 1.04 to the third power. Now, I recommend on your calculator, go ahead and do that part first. So you have that caret key, which is above the division sign. So make sure you have your calculator. So put in the 1.04, the caret key, which is raised to the power of 3, and press enter. Okay, again, let me write those steps down on the board in case you forgot where to find that caret key. So you're going to put 1.04, and a caret key looks like this, and it's right above the division sign. So it's a black key. You don't need to do second or anything, so just push that key and then press the 3 and then enter. Okay, so then it gives you, and I'm not going to write all of this down, but you have that number 1.124864 on your calculator display. I know you can't see it, but it's there. So all you have to do from there is now push the times 5,000. Because it's going to take that answer that you have and multiply it by 5,000. And it comes out to $5,624.32. And you should be working these out on, on your own, making sure that you understand the steps and how we get these answers. 600, what was it? 24 and 32 cents. So, all right, let's go ahead at 32. And we're talking about money. So that's the total amount that he has in his account after 3 years. Because he had the 5,000, and then you have the interest over the 3 years is actually $624.32. So this is the total amount in the account. All right, let's look at this one. All right, so actually, didn't we just do that one? No, yep, we just did that. So we have our answer here. We did it $5,624.32. Well, that was easy. We got that done. All right, so we're going to do one more. Make sure you understand how to use this formula. So it says Jake deposits $2,050 into a savings account that compounds annually at a rate of 4%. What is his total balance at the end of 36 months? Round your answer to the hundredths place. All right, so be careful. We're going to have to make sure we have the correct numbers for the variable. We have our formula, and this is raised to t. So it says he deposits $2,050. That's our principal. So we're trying to figure out the total amount. So we're going to put that in for the principal. We're going to put that 1. All right, so the rate is 4%. So that as a decimal is 0.04. And then it says 36 months. But remember, the time has to be in years. So 36 months would be 3 years. That's our exponent. All right, so we're going to do this same thing. We're going to go ahead and do the let's go ahead and, I'm sorry, let's combine or do the parentheses. So 2050 or $2,050. Simplify the parentheses as 1.04 and then to the third power. So if I do 1.04 to the third power, I feel like that was the same one we just did. So we get this decimal 1.124864, and then I'm just going to multiply it by the 2050. And we get 23059712. So 2305, and it does say rounded to the nearest hundredths place. So this is what the calculator display has, 9712, because it's money, and money only goes to the hundredths place when you have to change. So looking at our answers, it's not A, B, it's definitely C, because that does round. Oh, I can't get my pencil, but there we go. All right, so here is an extension to that. So it says part 2, how much interest did he earn on his initial deposit? All right, so we have, this is the amount in there now. He started with 2,050. So if he started with 2,050, we're going to actually end up subtracting his initial deposit. I can just cut that off there from the 2,305.97 and go ahead and put that into your calculator now. So just subtract 2050 and it comes out to $255.97. So that's how you calculate the interest. You subtract out the original deposit or the principal. Hopefully you understand that. Make sure you complete your OMS lessons. And if you have questions, just reach out to your teacher.